Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, I don't know what's going on in Chicago and the feds, or should I say I don't know what's going on with the feds. Either they're making it their business to clean Chicago up, or they're just tired of CPD being the laughingstock when it comes to law enforcement. I say this because lately we've been seeing them step in a whole lot when it comes to these crimes that I guess CPD can't handle, and they're coming with full force. Anytime I talk about the feds, I always tell y'all that them people are nothing to play with, and usually when they come to get you, they already have what they need. They're just coming to hand you time. Now in this case, we have NoLimit Wet, who has an interesting story given everything he's been through in the past that we're going to get into as well. However, sources are saying he was picked up by the feds. Now, I was hesitant on doing this video because he's been released, it seems, so there's really no sense in speaking on it, because if they really wanted him, then they would have kept him, right? So with that being said, we're going to speak about the possibility of the feds cracking down on these guys and what that may mean for the future of these guys who've been trolling all on social media and indirectly incriminating themselves whenever it's a tweet, picture, song, whatever. Now, y'all know conspiracy is a very broad charge, and it doesn't take a lot to get yourself caught up in that charge. Now, shout out to X-Man Rico, because he did a video revealing that Lil Wet was actually taken into Fed custody, as well as a few people that hit us up on our DM on Instagram. Now, aside from the arrest, I think there's a lesson to be learned, because Wet has been granted a chance of a lifetime, literally. Right? Almost like a miracle, if you would say, in the previous case, but however, he's still out here carrying on as if he's not bothered. But one thing I am going to say, I hope them coming to get him was a wake-up call, because that just shows that he's on their radar, and nobody wants to be on the Fed's radar. So we're going to get into all that. For now, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, please take this time to do so now. Now, it's been reported that Lil Wet was currently picked up allegedly and questioned by the feds for the death of KTS Dre. For y'all that are unfamiliar with the death of KTS Dre, he was a known rival to NoLimit and was shot and killed literally minutes after walking out of Cook County Jail in July of 2021. Now, reports say that he was shot 64 times based off the exit wounds, but then other reports say that it was less than that. Now, can you imagine getting out of jail thinking everything's going to be okay and you're relieved, only to be gunned down in a place where you least expect to be caught slipping? You ain't think someone was going to crash out like that, but indeed they did. Now, despite this matter happening right in front of a jail, you would think that someone would be caught by now. However, it's an unsolved case to this day where there's no real suspects as of yet. Now, before I continue, let me point this out, right? Because I've seen somewhere, I don't know if it was Reddit or if it was one of these places where somebody said, oh, KTS Dre was slipping. First of all, let me tell you right now, anybody coming out of jail is considered slipping, because at the end of the day, nobody is expecting to see their ops or even lose their life next to a jail. You're not thinking that anybody is going to be that brave. But if you are willing to do that, just know that these type of people that's out here are dangerous. Catching a body in front of a jail is just crazy to me. But what that does is it just shows you the type of people that's running around here and willing to do whatever for whatever. I don't know if he had money on his head. I would hope so. You know, if you going to that extent where you willing to catch a body in front of a jail, you must have no real regard for your life. Simple. Now, events like this is what makes people think that CPD is a joke, because there's no way possible anyone will feel that comfortable taking a life in front of a jail unless they feel they're going to get away with it. Now, to be honest with you, people are scared to even so much as have a confrontation in front of the jail, let alone catching a body. Now, it's been many people speculating about who did what, but if you're from the outside looking in, that's literally all you're doing, speculating.
It's still an open case, so I'll refrain from being too policey, like True Teller would say. But rumors around social media believes this is why Drench gang Lil Wet was picked up by the feds recently, because they say the feds thinks he has some type of involvement in the case. Now, we're not 100% if that is in fact the case. I think no one is unless you're Wet or the feds and you know this verbatim. And one of the reasons why I feel like that is because KTS Dre isn't the only one that Lil Wet may have been involved in, like they say. Now, let's not forget Shooter Shell's case that was picked up by the feds. I think everyone forgetting that case because the first thing I thought of when I heard he was picked up by the feds was the Shooter Shell's case. Now, here's why. If y'all remember, Shooter Shell's case was picked up by the feds after it went cold and CPD wasn't able to do anything about it, and they're saying that all fingers are pointed towards NoLimit due to a witness that is working with the feds. That same witness named guys from NoLimit who they say were present on the scene, and cell phone towers were also used to ping phones that belong to certain NoLimit members that actually put them on the scene at the time when the crime was committed. Now, although people are saying that it was Mad Max that did it to Shooter Shells, let's not forget that Shooter Shells was also alleged to be the one that had involvement of Little Wet's father, Big Wet's death when him and other men were targeted. So maybe the feds wanted to question him to see where his head is, knowing that the type of background that he has and why he would want to do something like that to Shooter Shells. I don't know. Just keep in mind, Lil Wet also dissed Shooter Shells in a song where he would say, quote, "He dead on the ground, pick your mans up. Shells on the ground, left an N-word head bust." Then G Herbo will also diss him in a song when he would say, quote, "Damn, an N-word mentioned me, he went to hell. Don't ask questions about my block, don't know who to tell. Don't ask questions about my ops, don't know Shooter Shells." So with the feds picking up Shooter Shells' case and NLMB openly dissing him with witnesses and cell phone towers pointing fingers in NLMB's direction, I think they should tread lightly. Now, I know a lot of people are alleging that Lil Wet was picked up for KTS Dre, and it may be true, because none of us really know what he was picked up for, only him and the feds, if it even happened. However, we can't just dismiss Shooter Shells like his case isn't an interest for the feds. Not only that, but I think Lil Wet was given a second chance at life. If y'all don't know the history of Lil Wet, he was accused of taking the life of 4 men in one day, allegedly, literally a day after they killed his father, Big Wet. He was accused but never convicted due to the lack of evidence. But we know in situations like that where police feel that you beat them, you have to be very, very careful. Because now you're definitely a target, and that's when they'll start looking for any little thing, literally any little thing, to lock you up. And it's crazy because if I was Lil Wet, to be honest with you, I would have beat that case and moved to Nebraska somewhere. Right? I would have totally tried to escape because you literally just escaped life in prison. But everybody's different. However, I hope you realize now that he's on them people's radar and move a little smarter. No dissing if you're gonna make music or going live or posting stories, trolling ops, whether they're dead or alive. Because you know now that them people are watching. So let's see how this goes, man. Now, although it was said that he got arrested, people felt it must have not been that serious because Lil Wet would take to his Instagram story after news broke out about him being snatched up, and it would say, quote, "RN, RN," which basically stands for right now, right now. I guess he's just showing people that he haven't been snatched up or he's not incarcerated or all the stuff is false. Who knows? But we do know that he's out. Let's see what comes out of this. Y'all jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. And to be honest with you, NLMB just needs to take the back seat right now. You know, it was getting too hot. I don't know what's going on when it comes to like these cases that the feds are just picking up. I don't know. They getting witnesses out of nowhere. You know, they got this evidence, that evidence. And these are from cases that happened in 2012, 2011. We're now in 2024. So imagine, you know, doing whatever you're doing in the street, thinking that you beat it, only for them to come back 10, 14, 13, 12 years later and say, oh no, we got you for this crime that you committed in 2011 or 2012. It's kind of crazy. So it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm keep on dropping. I'm out.